All right, I've got 5 things the first-time home buyer should know before they pull the trigger on writing an offer. What are they? Let's get to it. Number 1 is get pre-approved. Of course, get pre-approved. There's so many reasons why, but you can't really look at a property not knowing what, for one, what it's going to cost you, and for two, that you can even buy it. You know, let's just say a $200,000. This is one of my options, you know, that I kind of picked today. I've got a $200,000 house and I've got a $136,000 house on the same road in the same city. Almost the same age, obviously the same tax rate, all that. So let's compare these. Let's say you're a buyer and you're saying, hey, I want to buy a $200,000 house. Can you afford it? What are the things to figure out before you write an offer? Because if you write an offer, they may take your offer. Okay, so let's go through it. They don't really give you the details. A lot of lenders don't give you the details on what a $200,000 house is going to cost. Okay, so what am I talking about? A $200,000 home might cost you $1,247 in today's interest rate. That's just principal and interest. Okay, then you tack on a $58 per month insurance bill. Then you tack on $121 month every month for taxes, and then you do $118 a month for PMI. I've got another video that you can watch about PMI, explains PMI and what it is, but that's considering that you're assuming that you're going to do a 5% conventional loan with 5% down. Are there other loans? There's like 100 different loans, so definitely get with your lender, get pre-approved, figure out what loan is best for you, your credit, and your budget, of course. So you tally all that up, and that $1,247 monthly bill now is a $1,544 a month bill for a $200,000 house in my area. So do you have $1,544? For instance, if you're paying, let's just say you're paying $900 in rent, do you have an extra $700 a month, you know, that's going into savings? A lot don't. 2, don't only look at the pretty remodeled, let's go look at this house, it's brand new on the inside, everything is new and it's perfect. Why? And this is coming from somebody that redoes houses and flips them every now and then. Okay, so because there's profit built into that price. This is only for the first time buyer though. Okay, so they have for instance, you take the home that's $200,000 newly renovated. Okay, they've got all the product that went into it, the floors, the paint, the sheetrock, the roofing, whatever, and the labor. Okay, and then you've got a profit that investor is trying to make to sell the property to make it a winning transaction for them. That property at $200,000 would not be on the market for sale at all if it wasn't an investment for that investor. So you got to think, somebody, either the owner, possibly a contractor, is making money, making profit. If everything is brand new, somebody's making money. So therefore you're paying a little bit extra for that. Okay, find the home that needs a little bit of work. I'm not talking about the home that needs a roof and needs heat and air's out, an all new interior because of damage or structural issues. I'm not talking about that home. You need to find the house that maybe has a 5 to 10, recently changed out roof. You don't have to be brand new, but you don't want one, you don't want to buy a house and the first year you're going to have to put a $10,000 roof on. You need to know that up front, obviously. 3, ask your lender about how much you really need to fork over at closing. If you bought a particular home, just as an example, address. In other words, if you say, hey, I looked at this house online, run the numbers on this house if I bought it at purchase price. What am I going to need to fork over at closing for this particular property address? And the reason why you do that is you got to get an understanding of what goes into these as a new buyer. You probably don't know because the lenders don't give detailed information a lot of times. That they might ask for 15 months of taxes and insurance and prepaids on top of the origination fee, on top of all these fees, appraisal. There's a lot of things that goes into closing costs that you don't know of, you don't know about yet. So you don't know what you don't know, so definitely ask the question. Number 4, get with your realtor and really know how closing costs is going to be paid. So you got the number from your lender. Now it's like, all right, they told me $7,000. Sounds high to me, but how am I going to pay that? Before you write an offer, okay, it is still, in today's real estate world, it is still possible. I'm not going to say it's, a given practice, but it's still possible for a seller to pay some closing costs. Okay. The market is turning, from a seller's market back to a buyer's market. It is flat as far as flattened out on a little bit of appreciation. So they're not going up as high as they were in, say, 21. So ask your realtor about the closing costs. What are we going to do? Are we going to ask for seller to pay my closing costs? This is the number that the lender has told me. A lot of times I see a buyer getting ready to purchase a property and they don't have no idea. They're a week from closing and they have no idea what kind of closing cost is getting ready to be spent on their purchase, and it's their purchase, it's their money. So definitely ask the realtor after you get the figure from the lender, how are we going to pay for this? And then number 5, before you get under contract again with a home, talk to your realtor on home inspection topic. Are you planning on getting a home inspection, a septic inspection if it's in the county, a pest inspection, and a separate heat and air and plumbing and electrical inspection? If you are, you need to know that these are outside of what the lender knows about. They're going to estimate. They might estimate high, but they're not going to know that you're going to get 5 different, inspections. They're going to guesstimate and probably put that in your closing cost, but it's definitely not going to be specific to what you're trying to do. So ask the realtor, hey, do you think do I need a pest inspection? The answer is yes. Do I need a home inspection? The answer is yes. Do I need a septic? Well, if you're in the city, like these 2 houses, you don't need a septic inspection. Can you get a plumbing inspection and then, come with a camera and check out your sewer line? Can. That's, very rare to spend the money on, but that's out there. That can be done. If it's got a chimney, both of these houses do. Should you get the chimney inspected? That's up to you and the realtor to really decide if that's in your budget or not. If you're planning on, burning wood in a chimney, absolutely. You need to see if it's possible before you get under contract. Really, inside of the contract time, the under contract time, and the closings when you do your inspections. But what I'm talking about is knowing what you're going to get before you write that offer. That way you've got the budget for it. You don't want to get under contract and be like, well, I don't have $1,500 for all these inspections. You shouldn't have got under contract. So that's what I'm saying. Get these 5 things kind of figured out before you get under contract, before you write that offer and the seller signs your offer. Get these things done and understood with your 2 people, your lender and your realtor. There'll be questions in the future for maybe a paralegal at a closing attorney. But right now we're talking about just before you get under contract, what you should know as a brand new buyer. I hope this helps. Leave a comment, like the video. Y'all have a great day.